I'm Thom Henson with Terrier Vision. Here today we're going to talk with Fletcher Magee and get to know him a little bit better. Fletch, when did you start playing basketball? How old were you?
I started playing basketball just growing up in the driveway when I was, 4 or 5. And then I just continued to play at my school on the playgrounds, with older kids when I was younger. And then on teams in elementary school, middle school. So I pretty much just started when I was young, but I always played seasonal sports, so football, then it was basketball season, then baseball season. But that's just kind of how I grew up playing.
Was basketball your favorite?
It kind of changed. When you're younger, you say you like football the most and you're playing football, and then you say you like basketball the most, and then it kind of just rotated mainly between those two. And then when I was in 9th grade, I knew that I liked basketball the most for sure.
What position in football?
Quarterback and receiver some, but we never really threw the ball. So then I played safety on defense. But it was just a lot of running and handoffs and stuff. And so that kind of made me like basketball a little better too.
Got to be a little more involved in the basketball game?
Yeah.
Talk to us about your recruiting story. How did you end up here at Wofford?
So Coach Kearns recruited me really hard. Coach Giltner and Coach Young did too. Coach Kearns and Wofford, they wrote me handwritten letters every day in the summer. During the AAU recruiting circuit, so I would come home and there'd be certain teams would send you letters and stuff, but Wofford always wrote me handwritten letters. So I really felt like they really wanted me and needed me the most, and that that sounded good to me, just as far as how they played, how the people, how the coaches were. I really liked them.
You mentioned Coach Young. What's it been like 4 years, 3.5 years playing for him? What kind of coach is he?
It's been awesome. He's really good at giving his players confidence, just as far as getting after you when you're messing up and telling you what you need to do. But if you're doing good, and he can tell that you need boost you up and knows how to make sure that you're playing free, make sure that you're playing confident, and I think that can go a long ways.
This team this year seems to have a lot of chemistry. The guys seem to really have gelled so far, playing with each other. Do you get that feeling too? It's a good group?
Yeah, I think everyone in our locker room, we all get along really well. We've pretty much kept the same group together the last 2 years as far as playing, with our main core, with adding Ryan. So I think the chemistry over the last 2 years has been really good. There's on the court, just knowing where we're going to be and stuff. And then off the court, there's no egos or people getting mad at this person for this, and oh, I don't want to talk to him because he shoots a lot, and there's none of that in our program. So I feel that just makes it easier on the court to just be able to play and just react and give the hot guy the ball.
You're playing with a veteran group, Cam Jackson, Matthew Pegram, Trevor Stump hadn't played yet this year. Just talk about those guys and what it's been like, Cam being a 5th-year senior, but the other two being guys you came in with to spend your careers playing with them.
Yeah, it's been awesome, playing with them. Me, Matt, and Trevor came in, all 3 of us together. We'll come to the gym together some and just, get up shots together, work together. Playing with Cam has been awesome, especially this year. He's been amazing. Pegs is probably the best screener that we have, so I like playing with him too. So he'll look for me and try to find a way to get me open, especially if I hit 1 or 2. He'll be calling my name the whole possession for a motion or something. So it's definitely been fun, playing with all 3 of those guys.
I want to ask you about some specific games that you've played in, and I'm just going to tell you the games, and you just tell me the first things that come to your mind. The Georgia Tech game in here in the Jerry Richardson Indoor Stadium.
Yeah, that game was awesome. Just really, the ending of it was just like a dream, for me, just to be able to have an ACC team in here, have the ball in my hands with 3-4 seconds, and just being able to have the opportunity to hit that shot was awesome.
At North Carolina in Chapel Hill, they were the defending national champions.
That was definitely my favorite game as a Wofford Terrier for sure. Yeah, that game was just our best connected team, activity defensively, executing offensively. That was definitely our best game that year, I think, for sure. Cam was just amazing that game, owning the paint, had 4 or 5 blocks, and we played really well. Just as far as having each other's backs and rotating and just doing all the little things that most people wouldn't see. That game we did all those things perfectly, and it led to a big result for sure.
Steph Curry had the Southern Conference record for three-pointers in her career with 414, and not too long ago you broke that record, and you did it in fewer attempts than he did. Looking back now, after it's been, I don't know, 10 days or so, what does that mean to you to break a record that a guy like that set?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I know Steph did it in 3 years, but I feel like now, like I know there's more threes being shot in college basketball, so I feel like people are going to continue to shoot more and more and make more and more threes. But yeah, doing it at an efficient rate, and doing it or breaking it like the way that I broke it, I think probably those two things were the coolest part about it.
As a senior, what do you try to impart on the younger guys? What do you want them to learn from you?
I think a lot of that will probably just be like work ethic and just knowing what it takes to be great individually and be a great team-wise. I feel like a lot like our young guys have really like bought into our culture really well, and getting in the gym a lot, and doing whatever they can to help the team win. So I feel like those probably are the main things. I think everyone's doing really good at accepting that. I think the young guys coming in are going to have great careers and going to have great teams after this year for sure.
On behalf of everybody, Wofford fans, everybody that gets to see you play, thank you, and thank you for being a Terrier. We enjoy watching you play, and hope to see a lot more games with you down the road.
All right. Thank you, Tom.